It is my pleasure. It is my delight not to introduce, but to present to you a man, a fighter, a warrior, a brave and courageous man who got out there and got in the way years ago. And he's still in the way. Following a rich tradition. Jesse Jackson has been on the battlefield for a long time. He never gave up. He never gave in. He told some of us to keep hope alive. And we've been keeping hope alive. 2 weeks from Tuesday, we're going to make a major down payment. Jesse, my friend, my brother, I want to thank you for being you. I know it's not easy, and no one told us it's going to be easy, but you kept your faith. You kept your eyes on the prize. So I present to you tonight, my friend and brother, the Reverend Dr. Jesse Jackson.
Let's hear it for John Lewis. Let's hear it for John Lewis. Minister of the First Name, Fernando Clayton, Harold Brooks. Let me express my sincere thanks tonight to all of you present, to Sister Janice and members who organized this event. A big hand to Janice. Members of our staff, I wish you would stand wherever you are. Please appreciate the work they have done to make this conference what it is. Thank you very much. Members of our board, members of our board, please stand. With the electors and board members, please stand. To my friend and sister, such long-standing means so much to us. We never take her for granted. Her integrity, her strength, her ability to does not yet appear, but she shall become. Mayor Shirley Franklin. Give her again. Tonight, I really want to dedicate this event to David Franklin, late David Franklin, friend and brother beloved who just shipwrecked us. David Franklin and Maynard Jackson combination laid so much groundwork for us and made it so rest in peace tonight. I want to thank all of you for your ongoing commitment to sustain our struggle to make America better and the world more secure. I'm not going to ask about the contribution I may have made at some point in time running this race. I'm forever indebted to an operator to put in context. This really is the people's struggle. It all plays and on some role at some point in time in the people's struggle, in God's struggle, and in today's world of TV, news coverage, and recycling news, some get more projection than others, but this is really God's struggle. This really is the emancipation movement. I want to put it in context, if I can, just for a moment. When the children of Israel got across the Jordan River, and they know they didn't get across because they could swim so well. They didn't get across because they had some engineering mastery to hold the waters back. They felt trapped by the waters of the Jordan River. And God intervened, God intervened and stopped the waters, and they got across. And they didn't have water on their shoes. And they began to shout and celebrate as if they had done something themselves to make the rivers cross. And while they celebrated their getting over to the other side, a voice came and said, our 12 men, 12 different tribes, our own different tribes, different community organizations, has worked and put a rock in the bed of the river. On face value, it seemed not to make sense. Because why put rocks in the bottom of the river? You're not going back. What value are the rocks in the bottom of the river? What's all this rock in the river about? The voice said that you know how you got across. You know when we couldn't go to riches. You know when we could only go to pasture. These names, Colonel Russell's name means a certain something to you. You know kind of what Chesterfield means. You kind of know what North Carolina Mutual kind of like. You kind of get it. That's what. But so when the time to come, the children will ask you, what are these stones? And unless you tell them, they will not know. And if they do not know, they may ascribe getting across to false reasons. They may ascribe getting across to reasons of their own ingenuity. And they'll focus more on new generation than intergeneration. They'll focus more on my day than on continuity. And they will thank themselves because they died in reading and write, and they'll live it, and they will not thank the God who held back the waters. And so if that happens, they will make the real God angry because they will have dishonored him by not remembering how he got across. There's some sense tonight as we move toward this awesome day on November the 4th when the Rock will win the presidential thing. About how we got there as he's getting there. Because this is the burden of our lifetime. As I sat there, I thought about August 28, 1955, when MTO was lynched. It was state-sanctioned murder. It was as if he didn't have a right to be in Mississippi. He whistled on a white girl. It was almost nationally accepted that he did the wrong thing. And now to go from Emmett Till being lynched, as they say, whistled white girl, to having a young man whose father was Kenyan and mother was white, they married and made a child who becomes the next president. Well, how far we have come. August 2055, Emmett Till. August 2063, Dr. King in Washington, dreaming beyond the limits of segregation and apartheid. I cannot yet tell you that from the day he spoke. We hear the dream piece on TV, but from Texas across Florida, up the ground, we couldn't use a single public toilet. Our money was counterfeit. We could not buy ice cream at Dollar Justice. We couldn't rent a room at Holiday Inn. We couldn't take a picture along the state capitol in Georgia or South Carolina. August 2063. And so we picked up the dream. He talked about the broken promise. And on the day he spoke, I'm so glad. Give Andy Young a big hand. August 1963, we redefined America and the world dreaming beyond our predicament. In August 2008, the Rock becomes a nominee of the party. August 28, Emmett Till, 28, 63, 28, 2004. We must not forget these moments. I sat there and said, and then